All right, I'm just going to pause this. We are in, and I've managed to change my ID over to Lisa's. So that's the first technical part. I have tick done, emoji, green tick tonight. So we are back. All right. So just want to say huge welcome, everybody. It is our Nation 9 p.m. Zoom on this beautiful Monday, the 16th of March. And I know I've got this, Lauren, I'm on the tech, like I'm so proud of myself. So I'm going to keep this on. We're on a roll. It's a pleasure for me to train on the second part of our 12. We have 12 different sort of training modules. Caroline did last month, and I am doing this, last week, and I'm going to just mute that one, and I'm doing this week. So I'm going to be doing on the Arbonne culture, ethics and compliance, and telling the Arbonne story. So because I'm a big circle, and I'm going to be doing a lot of slides, a lot of pictures, a bit of fun. Actually, I'm just going to put a little bit of, we need a bit of lightheartedness with the world right now. So I'm going to just inject a little bit of craziness, shall I say. But before that, we're going to start with our slideshow. So I'm just going to get my music ready, and I'm going to put my slideshow up. So just bear with me while I get this part done. You can still hear me if I talk. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I did have all this prepared, but I clicked out of it. All right. Okay, we should be good to go. I can see you, Carol. Can you see this for me? Great, perfect. All right, can everybody see that? Looking good? Just a full picture? Great, okay. I'm just gonna put some music on. I'm just gonna do our slideshow to start off with. It's an advert. Antillo de Parfum by Carolina Herrera. All right.
I absolutely love Fiona.
You what?
I said I absolutely love you, Fiona.
Oh, thank you so much. I love
You're
you too.
amazing. You make me laugh.
All right. Let's take Angel for the beginning. Let's do this. I like this one. One of my favorite bands. So we're just going to go through the slideshow. Can you hear that music? In excess? All right. Woo! Give yourself a big round of applause if you're the sponsored or the sponsor. Congratulations. Welcome to our team. Don't ask me what you know is true. Don't have to tell you I love your precious heart. I was standing, you were there, two worlds collided, and they would never tear us apart. We could live for 1,000 years, but if I hurt you, I make wine from your tears. I told you that we could fly, 'cause we all have wings. But some of us don't know why. I was standing, you were there. Oh, love that. All right. So can everybody, I'm going to get hot, so I'm going to take this top back off. Can everybody hear me? Okay. Nikki, can you thumbs up? Because it's you I can see. Nikki, all good? Yes? Okay, cool. Great. Okay. Right. So. All right. So you are sorry?
Someone said my background looks like I'm in a Bug's Life. I found the thing where I can choose my backdrop. I'm loving
it. Love it. Love it. Cool. Okay, so I'm just going to, I don't want to stop sharing. So this is part of my presentation. So it's just, okay, but first of all, I kind of, wait, man, can I just do this? No, I don't even want to mess around with this. So sorry about that. Oh, well, I'll do me full. Pause share. Oh, I don't know if no, I'm going to keep talking. Right, okay. So the Arbonne culture, guys, I'm just going to touch on this at the beginning first of all. So Petter Mork, okay, our founder. Now, a really good tools, can I just say, first of all, if you are new in Arbonne, even if you've been in a while, it's always really good to refresh yourself, okay? So the Arbonne culture, you've got the catalog. These are great tools, by the way, okay? So if you don't already know about these or use them, please do. You know, the first thing it does when you open this is talk about our inspiration and our founder, Petter Mork, okay? So it really goes through in a lovely way about the ingredient list, the not allowed list. So when you're thinking about the culture of Arbonne, then really these, like I said, these tools, if you don't use them, then absolutely make sure you have them in your bag at all times to refer to, okay? Because I don't think you can't have it all up here, especially at the beginning, and your job is not to know everything, okay? I know, can I just say about our culture, when I meet people, I remember doing Discover Arbonne years ago, Rachel Fitt, and there was Jade, and I remember turning up, and they were a very young new team in our nations back then. And a couple of girls were presenting for the first time, and I was presenting with them, and they sort of said, look, Fiona, if we don't say something right in the slide, if we forget something, you know, in the DA presentation, can you just kind of add in? And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I was like, look, you're going to say everything you're meant to say tonight, and really, if you forget it, it doesn't matter. The audience doesn't know. But what I want you to do is forget about really what you're saying. I want you to focus on the energy you're emitting to the room, because I want everybody to leave this room thinking, oh my God, like, I don't really understand that business model, but boy, oh boy, I want to be in their gang because they made me feel on fire, right? The feeling you leave somebody in is the state that they will remember you for, and it will get them excited. So that's the culture that we're going to show people, this big wide arms, that, you know, the love that we share and all of that. And it may seem a little bit American at the beginning, I do get that, but actually you'll get used to it. You know, it's so alien to so many people. So, but don't be afraid, you know, to wear that t-shirt, to the Arbonne, the Fizz-Stick, or whatever. Don't be afraid to be your brand. Be proud of that. You know, the more you do it, the more people recognize you for that. Okay, so those are really great tools to have with you as well. Okay, so Petter Mork, he was a Norwegian botanist, and he started a family-run business in Switzerland 40 years ago in 1980. He ran that business for 4 years in a town called Arbonne. And therefore, that's where the name comes from. And it also means a beautiful tree in Swiss, if you didn't know that. So why did Petter Mork wear red glasses? Right, in the chat, do we know why Petter Mork wore red glasses? Anyone? Interesting to see the chat here. All right, I wonder if it's going to come up on my thing, actually, because my slideshow's there. Oh. Can you see me properly now? Can everyone see me, by the way? Somebody said, okay, right. So first of all, yes, who said that? So he wouldn't sit in them. Jennifer Cow, you're absolutely right. He made them red because when you put your glasses down, thank you for Faye for letting me know you can see me. When he put his glasses down, he would sit on them. He would break them all the time. So he made them red so he wouldn't sit on his glasses, so he could find them easily. So hence the red glasses. And we've worn red glasses to AAC and GTC as a team. So did you know that Petter Mork loved district managers? Did you know that he would walk past the areas, he would walk past the VPs to get to the district managers? They were the future. They were his children in his eyes. So if you're a district manager on the call, you were the favorite person of Petter Mork, our founder. Did you know that he had an affinity for always having same colored flowers? So the car presentation didn't exist, and it was actually Donna Johnson was the first one as a region. Phoebe Fournier was the second one to go region. Leslie, can you just mute? Oh, she's muted her phone. And so when he did that, it was Phoebe who said, we need to have some celebration when we get our car presentation. It was nothing special back then because it was like the second one. So she invited Petter to come, and basically she gave him flowers, knowing that he always liked the same color flowers in a bouquet. So that's another nice thing about Petter Mork. So he started the company. Now, do you think he thought this business was possible, probable, or inevitable? Okay, even back then, when you were a one-person team with one mind, one vision, one dream, one person in your business, the same as Petter Mork, when he started this in 1980, of course, he thought this was inevitable. So he loved people. And Julie Newcomb, our ENVP, he would always say, I'm a visionary, Julie. I'm not a businessman. I'm a visionary. Inevitable. Thank you, guys. You're absolutely right. So, you know, why do we get the white Mercedes, guys? This is another question. Why white? Why Mercedes? Anyone know? Put it in the chat. Safe, clean, pure. Yeah, pretty much. So the white is the pure color. It's the color, you know, purity. And the Mercedes is probably the most safest car to drive on the road. Petter Mork wanted his people to be it's built like a tank, guys, okay? He wanted his consultants to be safe. And you know, the Mercedes has saved lots of VPs' lives, and I know that bad accidents have happened and they've all walked away. Families have been saved by driving these incredible cars. So, you know, pure, safe, beneficial, you're right. It's pure. It's because it's the color, it's safe, it's a Mercedes to drive, it's built like a tank. It's beneficial for you to drive because you worked your business, beneficial for other people to see you drive because they know that this business works. That's what I say. All right, so let's go on. So ethics and compliance, we always send people back, okay? That is our ethics and ethos. So I'm just going to tell you a story. Early days, I was a district manager, and I got head office gave me a lead about somebody who had phoned head office and who was looking for somebody as close as local as possible. So we're about an hour's drive to contact them to do the Arbonne business. So I got her number, I followed up, I spoke to her, and I asked her, how did you find out about Arbonne? And she said that she basically, she knew this lady, and this lady did it, but she didn't think she did the business, but she gave her a product to try and she really liked it. And I said to her, okay, please go back and find out who that lady is. Because if she is doing the business, you need to go with her. And if she's not, I will 100% help you. But can you do that for me? I'll phone you back in 2 hours. I did that. Guess who that lady was? It was Nikki Marchant. In my own team, it was a lady she used to go for massage with. I think her name was Lynn Nikki. I don't know if you can remember. And it was her that Nikki had given her a product, but this woman didn't know she was doing the business. Can you imagine if I'd taken this lady from somebody direct to me in my own team? Big. Can you imagine, guys, the ethics and the ethos as you send people back? Okay, another story. I went shopping in Peterborough for the white party, and I was looking for clothes, and I spoke to this lady, and she was really, really helpful. And I said, I would love to speak to you about the business involved. You'd be great, you know, your customer service is great. And she basically said to me, so she said, what is it? And I said, Arbonne. And she said, oh, actually, there was somebody a couple of years ago who gave me products, but it wasn't the right timing. And I said, well, would it be something you might be open to now? She said, yes. Do you know who that lady was who a year and a half ago gave her products? Rebecca Moore, who'd moved to Hastings. So again, in my own team. So I'd said, you know what? I said, let's go for a coffee. So went for a coffee. She ended up signing up. I've signed her under Rebecca. As Rebecca was in Hastings, she couldn't do the launches. I did her launches for Rebecca, and that's how it went. So you know what? You have to always do the decent thing, because it may not come back from that person, but it'll come back tenfold from other people. And that is so important in life, guys. So just to make sure, just to cover the ethics here, that we build a sustainable business. You must have the backup for the claims you say as well, guys. All right. Review your social media posts, especially now when more and more people are indoors online. Update and refresh anything over 1 year old. Okay, we have to keep, you know, we want to be transparent and honest at all times. Actively remove and delete old, outdated and obsolete posts. If you haven't done this, go in and have a look. Remove your old YouTube videos. Google your name, see what comes up. Okay. If you need any information, go to the source and put in BEST, best. So that's the source, best, and then protecting your business. Type that into the source and it will give you really good hints and tips if you're not sure. So that's the source, BEST, to help us protecting your business. So at Arbonne, we tell the truth, we're honest and transparent, and we lead the way. Okay, so that's me telling you about the ethics and compliance. I'm going to go on to tell my story now, so bear with me. This is going to be a little bit of fun, all right? So everybody's got their story, so I'm going to share with you my story up to now from day 1 to 12 years, 5 months later. So firstly, I'm going to introduce myself. I am open, friendly, positive, warm, fun, a little bit crazy. I have integrity, tenacity, grit, and a passion to help rise people up. I'd also like to think I'm open to everything and attached to nothing. And by the way, I always say in Arbonne, you need an I can, not an IQ. Those things may not appear on a CV, but I want the person with the grit, the tenacity, the endurance, the passion, somebody who's good to coach. That's who I want in my business, okay? So this is me, slide one, obviously on the left with my bulldog, my British bulldog. My dad always wanted a boy, but he didn't, he got 2 girls. So my sister's on the right, my mom's in the middle, and Shunny Boy was out, he was his son, that was his bulldog, right? That's my boy. So that was my upbringing in South Africa. Now, when we are children, I was born in South Africa, lived there 12 years. So our bodies grow automatically. A year goes by and we become taller, stronger, more capable of doing new things and facing new challenges. I think that many people carry into adulthood a subconscious belief that mental, spiritual, and emotional growth follow a similar pattern. Okay, so it's not moving. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so the problem is that we don't improve simply by living. We have to be intentional about it. So here I joined the forces. So when I was 18, so I left South Africa, moved to Scotland when I was 12. Then I au-paired in Paris for a year when I was 17, and I joined the British Army when I was 18. So I'm the one there with the tie and the really lapel sticking out, the squint tie, not very, as a circle, not very neat and tidy in my uniform. So I then left to have 2 children. This is Katie and Libby. They were 2 and 4 when I started at Arbonne, and they are now 17 and 14. Because obviously I was 8 years in the military. At that time, I had to get out. If I was pregnant, they were going to kick me out. And I didn't want children in that environment, so I left. So you are all here because of one conversation with one stranger I had at the poolside in May 2007. A lady heard my accent. She knew that Arbonne was coming to the UK. She approached me. Her name was Margaret Dedrick. Thank you to Margaret Dedrick. She was crazy, by the way. She gave me a gold bag. Like, I had no idea what this woman was talking about. She invited me to a cake party. Like, I literally took this gold bag home, and my sister, who we are night and day, was like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, we're just going to try this. She's really sweet. And she's like, Fiona, she's weird. Like, she said, don't tell me you're going to a cake party. In, how old are you, 30? And I was like, yeah, well, she's, and she's like, this is crazy. So at that time, my sister, the reason why my sister's husband was deployed to Afghanistan, so my sister was having a 3rd child by C-section. I went over there so we had a newborn. I had a 1-year-old, she had a 2-year-old, I had a 4-year-old, and she had a 5-year-old. So I was doing shifts to the pool in this gated community in North Carolina, and that's where I met my sponsor. I phoned the girl's dad and told him I was going to start this business. And he was like, what is this? And I did my best to explain. I had no idea. And he said to me, that sounds like pyramid selling. And I was like, oh my gosh, I like pyramids. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Seriously, guys, that was me back then, okay? So I did not know very much. Okay, there was one lady, Sue Cassidy, on the left-hand side, who was David Cassidy's wife for the older generation, who made one phone call to one woman in the UK in 2007 called Carolyn McFarlane. You all know who she is, ENVB Carolyn McFarlane. She's now joint with her husband, entity Bill, but in those days she was not. So that one phone call gave them the entire of the Arbonne UK are in their success line, except up to 3 years ago, when every national vice president was in their success line, and we were the first international nations to promote 3 years ago. So the first team outside of that success line, okay? So we're a bit different to everybody else. Okay, cool. So if you want life to improve, you must improve yourself. So I'll explain this in a minute. So here we go. Here's a question for you guys. 5 frogs are sitting on a log. 4 decide to jump off. How many are left? Answer in the chat. How many are left? 5, 5, 5. How do you all know that? Whoa, you're better than me, because I'm like, I do not know that. All right, well, you're very smart then, or you've heard that before. So for me, I said 1, okay? But this is the wrong answer, obviously. It is 5. Why? Because there's a difference between deciding and doing. So what great accomplishments we'd have in the world would all have if everybody had done what they intended to do. Most people don't act as quickly as they should on things. They find themselves subject to the law of diminishing intent, which means the longer you wait to do something you should do now, the greater the odds that you will never actually do it. Okay, so I was invited to speak. I was an area manager at my first GTC in 2011. This is me on stage in front of 14,000 people back then. And for those of you who've been to GTC, this was, you probably don't know, but it was a stage back then. We didn't have the walkway, guys. It was a stage. So that was back in 2011. Okay, so I think it's trying to do my arrows on my presentation. It doesn't want me to change it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna just make sure. Oh yeah, she was unstoppable not because she did not have failures or doubts, but because she continued on despite them, guys. This is for every single one of us here on this call, and men too. Growing can be a messy business. It means admitting you don't have the answers. It requires making mistakes. It can make you look foolish. Most people don't enjoy that, but that is the price of admission if you want to improve. What would you guys attempt to do if you knew you wouldn't fail? And I think that's really important. So this is our founder, Peter Morg. When I dreamt of Arbonne, this is his quote, I wanted it to become a place where people could flourish. So let's go back to his words. Did he think this business was going to be possible? Did he think it was going to be probable or inevitable? And this is why we are here, right here, because when he was a man, just like you or a woman, with one vision, one hope, one dream, he carried on despite all the, all the bad times, he carried on. So, okay, so if you want to grow, you need to get over any fear you may have of making mistakes. A mistake is simply another way of doing things. To become intentional, like he was, about growing, expect to make mistakes every day and welcome them as a sign that you are moving in the right direction. So successful people want others to succeed, and unsuccessful people want others to fail. So I know I did a post on Facebook last week or the week before, and this was my lovely team. I think it was 2013 actually. So I was a 2014, brand new region, and I had 4 people, woohoo, come and join me. And there was Krista Phillips on my left, who's a district manager. There was Nikki Marchin on my right, who's a regional vice president. And you've just heard the gorgeous executive area manager, Rebecca Motrain, tonight. So that was us back in those days. Not many of us, guys, back in those days. Right, so, or, my journey in Arbonne. But the first year that I engaged in personal growth to get me to region, I discovered that it was going to be a lifetime process. During that year, the question in my mind changed from how long will this take to how far can I go? Like looking around, Nicola Bunker said her first GTC, look at all the people. That's what happened to me. It changed from how long will this take to how far can I go? Okay, so this is Mother Teresa. Do things for people not because of who they are or what they do in return, but because of who you are. So, all right. I needed to be intentional, okay? This is, about growing. I had thousands of reasons back then not to do it. I didn't have the time. And if this resonates with you guys, then we're all in the same boat. I didn't have the money, I didn't have the experience, and so on. I only had one reason to do it. I believed I should do it because I hoped it would make a difference. That certainly didn't feel inspirational to me at times, but I started. To my astonishment, after a year of dedicated growth, I started to grow intentionally. My reason for putting in the work changed from getting started to staying with it because it did make a difference. After that, I didn't want to miss a single day. And you discover the reasons to stay with growth only if you stick with it long enough to start reaping the benefits. Okay, so this was what's happening to me. My body, I got really, really fit, guys, in this picture. You can't, I'm afraid I can't really show you a photo of what was going inside my mind, but I promise you guys, I was on fire in my mind, okay? I was fit in my mind, no sloppy thinking. Okay, so this is a celebration of me. I was a new region and I'd earned ACE award, and that again, walking down the stage in Vegas. So I'm just gonna do books, okay? So this is where it is all at. So we know about books and we harp on about books, but I'm never gonna stop. Leaders are readers. So people tend to get into ruts in life. They get in an easy groove and they don't try to break out of it, even when it's taking them in the wrong direction. After a while, they just get by. If they learn something, it's because of a happy accident. Don't let that happen to you. If that is the attitude you've developed, then you would do well to remember that the only difference between a rut and a grave is the length. The only difference between a rut and a grave is the length, and we get to choose and we get to decide. So I'm going to do lots of pictures now to because we're running out of time to go through this. So here we go. All right, so I became the face for Arbonne. I can't remember what year that is. There's Kelly, then Jennifer's in that picture. So that was an AC and the green team were grooving it out. Be brave all the time, even if you're not, pretend to be, guys, okay? Teamwork, together each achieves more. And we started to grow, our team started to grow and help one another into the amazing community it is now and culture it is now. Obviously the show, what is going underneath is not what you see on the top. The work, the hours, the dedication, the books you read, the people you talk to who say no, the DAs you go to, the calls you get, there is a lot going on in the rehearsal stage. Oh, here we go. So I'm hoping this works. Oh, yes. All right, I can see, Nikki, can you thumbs up if you can hear this, please? Can you hear that?
No.
Oh, damn, it's that stupid thing again, share video.
Yeah. Does anyone know who that is next to Fiona?
Let me see if I can go back into the share again.
Give them a chance, Danny.
All right, here we go. You should hear it now.
Okay, so hi everybody. Oh my gosh, look who this is, the one and only Donna Johnson. We absolutely love and adore you so much. And you're the reason that we're all here actually, because she is, you know. And so Donna, would you just share with my team back home in probably rainy England, sorry guys, a golden nugget for all of us?
Absolutely. Well, we're salting your oats here in beautiful St. John, Virgin Islands. I am so proud of you, Fiona, and your team. Congratulations to all of you going nation and hitting it. And, you know, one of the things that Petter always told us is that when you see an apple seed, do you see 10 trees? And that's what you've done, Fiona. You've looked at this business and your team and you've just said, you know, we see 10 trees, we see 10 white Mercedes-Benz drivers in our business, just very short, and then of course more and more after that. So, you know what, it's worth it, you guys. Every single day, treat your business as a business, make it a priority, because someday you'll be able to travel with us, see the world, and when Fiona goes nation, that means that you're next. So looking forward to seeing you all in the UK when I come in November.
Thank you, I'm crying here.
Okay, hold on. I gotta get out of that. Sorry. Let's go back to shared. This is very technical tonight for me, guys. Okay, back into that. But I don't want to play it. I don't want to play it. Let's go down. I don't think. Oh yeah, we are. Oh my God, I was done. Right. Okay, I'm gonna like just quickly go to some more amazing pictures to give you all a taste of this life. So yes, that was Donna Johnson. And that, guys, was this was her. You know, Nikki, you were on that. We went on a private, beautiful yacht in the middle. There was Richard Branson's house there as well, wasn't there? It was amazing, wasn't it, Nikki?
Yeah. That boat trip was just stuffed full of MVPs. I mean, it was unbelievable. I do actually do that recording. It was me doing the.
Yeah! Yay!
Wearing
yes, amazing. Thank you, Nikki. Yeah, it was. I forgot about how dare I forget about that. Thank you, my lovely. So this is something. Thank you, darling. These are some of the trips that you guys and the life. Okay, so this is the Oasis of the Seas. That's where Nikki and I were on, and we went on a private yacht, and this was that Oasis. So obviously Punta Cana, and there's Jamaica. So this is me with Paul and his son Owen. And you in Mexico with my girls in 2017. I love this. 80% of women who make 100,000 pounds or dollars in the business are a year on network marketers. Keep your heels head and standards high. Can I just say, as your leadership grows, your heels grow. All of it, you know, your money grows, your jewelry, it all grows correctly. So, right. I love this freedom. She's an entrepreneur, like literally spread your wings, you know, in excess at the beginning, you've got wings, okay, to fly with those wings. I'm the type of girl who always reminds you that you can dream bigger, guys, okay, than you've ever dreamed before. Believe in yourself. Okay, this is who you are, your inner self, okay? Because I want to show her that dreams can come true. I love this. So for any moms here on this call, this is just summarizes where I'm at, you know, showing my children, who, like I said, who are 2 and 4 now, all they've known is network marketing at my industry. They haven't known anything else. And if you're here on this call and you are younger than 35, lucky you. I couldn't do this business until I came into the UK, until I was 35. So you guys have got such a great head start. Okay, this is our upline history. So just going into this. So we all come from Donna Johnson, who you just saw in that video. She's number 4 earner. She's been in Arbonne 33 years. In fact, it was Rita Davenport she sponsored, who's our president for 20 years, whose sister, Euphysine Linda, she gave her business when she left to Euphysine, who's number 2 top income earner, 31 years. Then it's, but it was Rita that sponsored Julie as well. So Julie is number 6 top income earner, and she's been in the business 30 years. Then you've got Susan McCannon, who I'm direct to, number 3 top earner, been in the business 20 years. And then there's myself, 12 years. And then Danny's the next MVP, and she's sponsored. So she goes to Laura, and she's been 6 years. And can I just say, look at our upline. Every single one of our upline are in the top 10 earners. Nobody else in the UK has got that legacy. We have, guys. That's why Heirs in Paradise was only for us. Okay, the Green Bay's coming up, but this is so special. Now, these are the leaders today that we have in our team. These are the VPs. These are our amazing VPs. We are creating this legacy for all of you, and we're looking forward to celebrating you guys going VP and beyond. This was taken, so my team of Rebecca, of Nikki, Krista, and me, of the 4, this is us taken in, it was September 2018, the month before Danny Wells went nation. This was the AAC photo of people that went then. So look at that growth, guys. And this is my dream board. So this was on my dream board. This is the actual house I live in now. So talk about your vision board, your dream board coming true. Walking the stage at GTC, which it now is a runway. dream big, work hard, stay focused, and surround yourself with good people. That was me on the walkway. That was a dream. No matter how educated, talented, rich, or cool you believe you are, how you treat people ultimately tells all. Integrity is everything. And I just want to stop by saying, just quickly to end the call, if you want to reach your potential and become the person you were created to be, you must do much more than just experience life and hope that you learn what you need along the way. And we all know this, okay? You must go out of your way to seize growth opportunities as if your future depended on it. Why? Because it does. Growth doesn't just happen. Not for me, not for you, not for anybody. You have to go after it. Okay? You too can do everything that you've just seen is yours too. Okay? From the humbled roots, from me starting off, team of one, to now where are we and where are we going? And you know what? Thank you so much, guys. It's been the best having a back-to-back training with lots of technology with Nicola Bunker in Canada, and then Donna Johnson, the Virgin Isles. I've had a great time. So thank you so much. I'm gonna stop this. We're having a little after party. I sometimes forget about that. So if people want to stay on and chat and ask questions, please do it. If you need to go, then no judgment. You got to go. It's already 1:45, and I do appreciate all of you. So lots of love. Mwah. Thanks, everyone. Bye for those who are leaving.